Hey guys, welcome to the 10K subscriber special video. I just want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for all of your support, whether you have joined in on the channel in the early days or just recently subscribed. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you sent me, and I'm going to be reacting to some of my very first YouTube videos, including my very first ever YouTube upload. So let's get into it. So the first question I was asked is, how does it feel to be at 10K subscribers? And honestly, it's a little bit surreal. I'm just really excited and grateful. If you would have told me 13 years ago, because that's when I uploaded my first YouTube video ever, that one day, Andy, you're going to be at 10K subscribers, I probably would have thought you were crazy. Like, what? Me? I don't know. So I want to take you on this journey with me as I go through these older videos that I'm going to be reacting to. And so yes, this first video I uploaded 13 years ago on July 4th. It was like on this tiny little pink laptop that had a little webcam. I don't even know what my intention was with uploading this. I think maybe I was trying to, I don't know, start some kind of singing journey. I don't know. Let's just get into it.
Hi everyone, I'm Andy, and it's 4th of July. Happy birthday, America.
I didn't realize how blurry this was.
This is my very first YouTube video, and I'm going to attempt to sing a couple songs for you guys. I've been mostly singing to myself in the shower, you know, nothing real professional, no gigs or anything like that. So this is just a test to see where I'm at. So I'm going to try this acapella.
I don't even know what was playing in the background on the TV.
Well, I've known you very well, see you growing every day. I've never really looked before, but now you take my breath away. Suddenly you're in my life, part of everything I do, and you've got me working day and night, just trying to keep my hold on you. Here in your arms I found my paradise, my only chance for happiness. And if I lose you now, I think I would die. Oh, say you'll always be my baby, we can make it shine.
Oh, it lagged a bit.
We can take forever, just a minute at a time. More than a woman to me.
You know, at this point, I don't think I was doing too many karaoke nights. I know I had done one prior to this, like some years ago, but I don't really know how often I was singing.
More than a woman to me. Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
That was a weird transition.
Put some music on that's soft and slow. Baby, we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand, I've been thinking about this all day long. Never felt a feeling quite this strong. I can't believe how much it turns me on, just to be your man. Okay, 2 songs. Let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. Bye, y'all.
I think I left that video, like, on the public side for just a little while and then put it on private or something. I don't know what the point of it was, but I don't know, there was just kind of like this innocence to it and this, I think, still a passion, because I was involved with music like in my early adult years up until now, so I really much felt like connected to it on some level. So I don't know, I was just trying to get out of my comfort zone and upload a video on YouTube, but I had no intentions of being any kind of YouTuber. Next question. Is your current life now what you pictured for yourself 5 years ago? This is kind of a question that falls, it's not exactly accurate what I'm about to say, because I think if you would have asked me 5 years ago, which was 2020, I feel like my life was already on the trajectory it was supposed to be on, you know, like a lot of positive things. But if you take me back a little bit further, like, I don't know, even like 10 years ago, like, definitely not. I was not in a good place. I feel like now I have a lot of healthy, meaningful relationships, both online and in person. I feel really stable. I feel healthy. And I'm just grateful that, you know, life happened the way it did, even the tough stuff, because I don't think I would be the same person that I am today without all the hard stuff. Now, continuing on my YouTube journey, I didn't start uploading again until what was it? Basically around 2020, because everybody was stuck at home, didn't know what to do, and I think I just decided to try something. I had written a set of poems and I uploaded them with some art that my sister did for me, and we just put together some stuff for it. And yeah, that just kind of sat there. And then I started doing a lot of karaoke at home on Twitch. And I would use those Twitch clips and upload them on YouTube, whichever songs that I was like feeling at the time. I would do themed nights, I would do artist nights. So this particular clip we're gonna see is emo night. It was emo night. I had like a whole playlist of songs that I was gonna sing.
And tonight, I think we're gonna get started with one of my favorite bands. I really like the older stuff. I wasn't too thrilled about the new things, but that's just the way it works. This is Good Charlotte.
Real quick, I obviously was really practicing, trying to learn more about makeup, and this needed some work.
Educated with money, he's well dressed, not funny, and not much to say in most conversations, but he'll foot the bill in all situations, 'cause he pays for everything. Girls don't like boys, girls like cars and money. Boys will laugh at girls when they're not funny.
So here I feel like I was a little flat. I was still like I'm not a great singer, but I know back then I was still like in my beginning stages. Those Twitch streams were like a great practice for me just to kind of get over my shyness. I think we were still on lockdown, like the majority of the nation, and I was just trying to make connections. It wasn't a really big stream, but it was kind of fun, you know, doing it live because, you know, people are interacting and stuff. And it was cute. It was a cute time. The next video I wanted to react to was my 30 subscribers special. That one, it's kind of cringe, I'm not gonna lie. I was still not comfortable in front of the camera.
Hey guys, it's Andy. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. Pull up a chair, sit down, because we're about to celebrate on this Taco Tuesday with
The
some
shifting eyes.
Taco Bell. I have reached 30 subscribers and 1,000 channel views. So thank you guys so much for stopping by to check out the channel, clicking on the videos, providing me your comments, and in general, thank you for checking out all my other social media accounts. It's a little milestone for me, so I'm excited to celebrate with you guys. Now Taco Bell, I don't really frequent it too much, but you know, when the craving strikes, why not? It's still pretty tasty, you know, for fake Mexican food.
That beginning part is just like, what are you doing? And I don't know if you all can tell if you've been watching me for a while and seen my like transition and growth. There's a way that I'm speaking that it's trying to be too proper or too like scripted, because I don't know how to, for the lack of the better word, I don't know how to behave in front of the camera. Like I would have like something would happen. Like I was ready to go, pumped up, and then I see the giant lens. I think this was the DSLR camera that I have, and it was just crazy. Like I would not be able to function. And it was, I don't even know what that first part was. I think I was just like nervous, and I was trying to present myself like in a way that was super polished, and, you know, I knew what I'm doing, but it actually comes off like you're a little bit, you know, anxious or awkward.
Up next we have, I think this is just like a regular taco. So my go-to, oh my god, it's slathered in sour cream all on the side, which we shall not complain.
I think as the video goes on, I'm getting more and more comfortable. So I think this technically was my first mukbang. I think I was watching a lot of videos around mukbangs, but I'm not entirely sure. Next question. When you were at 33 videos, what were your main objectives as far as growing your channel to what it is today? So my 33rd video was actually a Taco Bell car mukbang, one of the first ones. But today I have Taco Bell. I got a Chalupa's craving box because I've been craving Taco Bell for a hot minute. So if you notice, there's like this cloth towards the right of the screen. So literally I was doing these mukbangs in my car on my lunch break from work, but I was like embarrassed and I didn't want people watching me when I did this. So I had this old pillowcase in my car and I would just like put the privacy pillowcase there as I was filming. I was filming at on my phone, and I think I had like a stand, and you can kind of hear like my car idling with the AC on. It is hot down here in Texas. There was many times that it was just like annoying to film in there, sometimes like hiding, finding shade. And then one time my phone just completely went crazy and didn't record the mukbang. I think from the last subscriber special video to this one, there was a pretty significant gap because I think, you know, the nation returned to work after most of the COVID restrictions. So I didn't have all this free time, and I think I was trying to find my groove. And I was watching a lot of mukbang channels, mostly like the cringe channels, just like clips of all these people, these compilations of all these channels doing it. And it was really entertaining. And I thought to myself, why don't I do that? So that's where I started doing that. But to answer the question, I think the main objectives was just to be consistent at that point, because I feel if you're not consistent with your YouTube channel, you can kind of fall off with the growth and people's interest, and just trying to up the quality as I went along. Next question. What is your favorite video that you've made? And I went back and forth about this because I've enjoyed a lot of my videos, especially the song cover ones, but the one that sticks out in my mind the most is the In the Rough cover, because it was shot outside at La Sal del Rey, and a lot of things could have like went really badly, but they didn't. Everything about the lighting, the lack of insects, because insects love to bite me when I'm out hiking and stuff, and just the weather, the lack of people. We're gonna take a look at it right now. Even this shot, I was like, wow, got that?
You say you fell while holding diamonds in your hands.
I like this shot.
It's your fault for running, holding diamonds, I said. And I offer no sympathy for that. I hear that it was you who died alone, and I offer no sympathy for that. Better off I sparkle on my own, and someday,
I love this song.
love will find me in the rough. Someday,
You see like the salt lake in the background.
love will finally be enough.
I'm gonna skip forward to one of the most surprising shots that I got. It was like picture perfect.
Someday,
See those birds?
love will find me.
They took off like in a perfect shot while I was singing.
Someday, love will finally.
Oh, this part. Look at that.
be
Not planned.
enough. Someday, love will find me in the rough. Someday, love will finally be enough.
Fun fact, when I'm standing barefoot in the water, I'm actually standing on top of the salt that's in that lake, and it hurts. Like, I was walking very gingerly, and I was standing there for quite a bit of time because, you know, you have to do this angle, you have to do it on another side, and just repeat the whole process. And it was kind of painful, but that is one of my favorite videos that I've made with one of my favorite shots. The birds were paid actors. I thought it was just like really perfect. And the fact that there was nobody out there made it so much more perfect. The next video I wanted to take y'all through was my first ever reaction video, which was Ghost's Hunter's Moon. I had no intention of becoming a reaction channel. I just thought, why not? I've seen other people do it. And at this point, with COVID that happened, Impera, their album got pushed back. A lot of stuff got pushed back. So there was a lot of hype for this song release. And I was just so freaking excited. And there was that one point where I fangirled too loud. And it was just like, I didn't realize how excited I was. There you go.
It's been a long time coming. I'm coming back for you, my friend.
I got goosebumps.
Hide as children. I'm coming back for you, my friend. Though my memories are faded, they come back to haunt me once again.
You can see the emotion. I was already gonna cry.
Somewhat jaded now. It's time for me to strike again.
It's creepy.
It's a hunter's
Just filled with pure joy. You know, what's funny is that after listening to Impera and hearing Hunter's Moon in the context of it, it didn't end up being my favorite at all. I also felt that it didn't really go with the album. But at this point, like just hearing Ghost after not having them and going through the uncertainty of COVID and the world events, it was just nice to have that little bit of happiness and peace back. Another question I was asked is, what concerts would you like to attend? Now, there's been a band on my radar for as almost long as Ghost has been on my radar, and that is Poets of the Fall. They are a Finnish band, and I just think they're incredible. They've got incredible lyrics, incredible instrumental pieces in their songs. From what I've seen in their videos, they're very theatrical and passionate about their music, and I can't even tell you the last time they played the States. I think it was kind of towards the beginning of their career. Maybe they played a festival. They got famous, I think, on this side of the pond because their music was in a video game, and they've kind of built upon that since then. But man, they haven't played over here in a hot minute, and I will absolutely do whatever it takes to see a Poets of the Fall show. Next question. Any songs you'd love Ghost to cover that would potentially fit the vibe for the next era? So when I was asked this question, Skeletor had not released yet, and at that time, I had said maybe All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix, and what was the other one I had said? Oh, Shattered Dreams by Johnny Hates Jazz. That one's a little bit more like poppy. It's a little bit more cheesy, I guess, but I guess that fits the vibe. And now that the album has dropped, I kind of added a couple of more songs. I had seen in an interview where Tobias had said he kind of gravitate towards like female-led songs because of his vocals. So Call Me by Blondie, I would love to hear that one. Shadows of the Night by Pat Benatar. And I think this song by Sisters of Mercy would fit the new era pretty well, and it's called When You Don't See Me. I think Andrew from Sisters of Mercy, he has a different tone and take with his music. I feel like Ghost could really amp up that song and make it dark and sexy and just throw in a lot of bright 80s guitars. I think it would be so, so much fun. Next question. If you could have a Sweet 16, would you ask your parents to hire Ghost to perform at it? Probably not, because 16-year-old Andy was still living under her parents' roof, and I feel like if I saw Ghost and their imagery, I would have just said flat out no, because I was still very involved, like, you know, in the church, like attending church regularly, and my family's really religious, so it would have been a big, big no. But I did have a Sweet 16, and I did have a band play, and I think that was one of the coolest things that had happened to me in my young life. They were actually a Christian rock band, but they have some really good songs. They went through like a couple of changes throughout their career. They were a local band. I still have their demo, and I have some footage of that night. last question. What was it like being in a Ghost tribute band? So if you guys didn't know, I was actually part of a local Ghost tribute band called Year Zero. And I just want to say I had like a complete blast doing that. Like to have the passion to perform my favorite band's songs, right? But it didn't come without its sets of challenges and eventually how I started to feel about performing as a tribute act in general. First things first, I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not a great singer. I feel like I was even a worse singer when I started that project. And it wasn't good. Some of the stuff was not good, if I'm being completely honest. And I am not the best front woman. I can be kind of awkward and cringe. That is not my forte to be leading a band, but I tried really hard. Like I think at the first gig in those footage that I still have, I was really leaning in to have that masculine tone in my voice, even like saying some of the lines that Cardinal Copia was saying, because that's how I was dressing. I had the Cardinal Copia kind of outfit. But it was really fun. I loved playing with a band, and it was the first time I ever got to be a part of a band. My history with local music was just a supporter, a promoter. I was never like actually performing, so that was really fun. As the gigs went on, I just didn't like the whole aspect of hauling equipment across the entire valley and setting up. And there were a couple times where not only did we play, but I was also in charge of coordinating the show. And if you have experience doing that, it's really draining and it's a lot of work because not only am I worried about, okay, gotta remember lyrics, I gotta remember all these things for the equipment for my personal band. Oh, but wait, this band has got to check in. Oh, did I talk to the bartender and blah, blah, blah. There's just like a lot of logistic stuff that I feel like is really difficult to do when you're performing and hosting. Another thing that I started thinking about, as things were winding down and we had our last show, I didn't want to be Cardinal Copia anymore. I didn't want to be Papa Four. Like, that was why the last show, I didn't really don the corpse paint. I didn't really paint my eyes like Copia. I was portraying Sister Crimson, a representative of Ghost's church. And as I gained more confidence being a singer, being part of the musical world, I started to feel more confident in myself as a performer and in my identity. So I give major props to the talented Ghost tribute bands out there, but I don't think it's for me anymore because it was a lot of work and the demand for Ghost tribute band down here is not that high. And I feel like if you're going to give that act of Ghost, you need to have the production level to a certain standard. And just because of funds and, time, I feel like it didn't really happen that way. And just me personally, it's like, I want to be Andy when I'm performing. I want to be myself. And I think that was a crazy revelation that I had because I was really into it. Like, I really wanted to be Cardinal Copia. That was my thing, like to represent the band. But it was so much more fun when I could have my own flair and I could wear my hair down and dress the way I wanted to dress. So it was a great experience and I will treasure it for the rest of my life. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's 10K sub special video. Mind blown. I love you guys so much. Let me know if you have any other thoughts about what I answered in today's questions, or if you have some thoughts about some of the videos that I reacted to. Let me know anything and everything down below in the comments, and I will see y'all next time.